It is difficult to say exactly what the biggest scams of all time are, as there have been many different scams throughout history, and different people might have different opinions about which scams were the biggest or most significant. However, some of the largest and most well-known scams in history include the following. The Ponzi scheme. The Ponzi scheme, named after Charles Ponzi, who became infamous for using the scheme in the early 1900s, is a type of fraudulent investment scheme in which returns are paid to existing investors from funds contributed by new investors, rather than from profit earned. The scheme relies on the ability to attract new investors to make the scheme work, and it eventually collapses when there are not enough new investors to support the returns promised to earlier investors. The Nigerian Prince Scam. The Nigerian Prince Scam is a type of advance fee fraud that involves an email or other communication from a supposed Nigerian prince or other high-ranking official who claims to need help in transferring a large sum of money out of the country. The scammer promises to share a portion of the money with the victim if they will provide their personal and financial information, as well as a fee to cover the costs of the transfer. However, the money and the prince do not exist, and the victim is left with nothing. The Madoff investment scandal. The Madoff investment scandal was a massive Ponzi scheme run by the American financier Bernard Madoff. Madoff ran the scheme for decades, convincing investors to give him their money, which he claimed to be investing in stocks and other securities. In reality, he was not investing the money at all, but was instead using new investors' funds to pay returns to earlier investors. The scheme collapsed in 2008, with losses estimated at over $65 billion. These are just a few examples of some of the biggest and most well-known scams in history. There have been many other scams and fraudulent schemes throughout history, and it is likely that there will continue to be more in the future.